finesse, or both. Find your flex with the new STX Alliance shaft and optimize your performance. Featuring flex technology to maximize velocity and snap on shots, precision on feeds, and improved control of ball field when handling. STX, never stop.
Huskies. Let's go, Huskies. Let's go. Let's go, Lions. All they do is maybe make 10. Come on. They make less than average. They're all like no, a lot of them are like they go to like Hawkins. Yeah, they're all Hawkins. I'm not going to drive you. No, you're right. They're all flipping burgers. Yeah, they put on it. You guys all got girlfriends? On something.
Attention LXM Pro fans, you can get autographs from your favorite players immediately following tonight's game. Meet all of your favorite LXM Pro players by the main entrance to the stadium. We thank you for attending LXM Pro 619, presented by Champion. And once again, ladies and gentlemen, we ask for your cooperation throughout tonight's LXM Pro event to help keep Media Minor Field clean and clutter-free. Please deposit your used food items and trash in the numerous refuse containers placed throughout the stadium. On behalf of LXM Pro and the Adrenaline Tournament Series, we thank you for your cooperation. lacrosse fans, and welcome to LXM Pro 619, presented by Champion, the first stop on the 2012 LXM Pro Adrenaline Tournament Series Tour. Be sure to visit our vendor village and check out all the latest and greatest lacrosse gear and apparel. We hope you're enjoying the afternoon and the evening, and in just a few minutes, you'll see the top professional men's lacrosse players in the world compete as Team Soleil will face off against Team STX in our LXM Pro Lacrosse Showcase game. It's LXM Pro 619, presented by Champion, San Diego's biggest lacrosse event of 2012. Ladies and gentlemen, why settle for something you don't love? Chances are, your current bicycle is nothing more than mere transportation. Soleil exists to change just that. With Soleil, it's not where you're going, it's how you get there. Soleil bicycles are you. They're your mobile campus. And oh yeah, they'll get you there too. Visit us online at soleilbicycles.com, an official sponsor of LXM Pro, Soleil Bicycles. Attention lacrosse players, check out LXM Pro's high-performance CPXR helmets by Cascade, the only brand in lacrosse with the 7 technology liner system. Build your own factory custom helmet at CascadeLacrosse.com. All factory custom helmets are built right here in America and shipped in only 48 hours. Cascade Lacrosse, a passion to protect. Ladies and gentlemen, do you want to become an elite athlete and start training like one now? Skills provides speed, agility, and strength performance training equipment so athletes can maximize their potential. Skills can be found at major sporting goods retailers everywhere. For more information on skills training programs, instructional content, and programs, visit us online at www.skills.com. Remember, that's SKLZ.com. And fans, Adrenaline Apparel is premiering its official 2012 line in our LXM Pro Vendor Village. Adrenaline would like to thank all those who support the Adrenaline movement. And be sure to check out the official uniforms of our LXM Pros in our Vendor Village. Adrenaline Lacrosse, Summer 2012. Lacrosse fans, remember TLM, the Lacrosse Network, is streaming today's games live on YouTube. TLM brings the highest quality lacrosse content to YouTube, including key interviews, in-depth analysis, and live MCLA, LXM Pro, and high school broadcasts. TLM is the place to be. Call your friends, call the family, heck, even call that dog, and have them join us live on TLM at 7:15 for our opening face-off. The Lacrosse Network on YouTube. Subscribe now for great lacrosse content. TLM for all things lacrosse. Maverick Lacrosse is an official sponsor of the Adrenaline Tournament Series. Find us at MaverickLacrosse.com. Maverick Lacrosse. Play free. stability
Hey, buddy.
with USDA Stallion Head.
I would actually really love to get together sometime.
The Stallion features 6-channel technology, which provides extra strength
Yes.
at the face-off, on ground balls, and on checks.
Yes.
As to use, never stop.
I'd really like to. All right, good seeing you, bud. Thanks for doing this. Really appreciate it.
You gonna be up in the booth at all during the game?
Come up here and fucking.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Halftime feature.
Come up and talk about my calf raise someday.
You gotta play on Soleil. That's my one request. You gotta play on Soleil, not STX. When you come out, you're on Soleil.
Oh yeah.
I'll talk to Max about it.
Ladies and gentlemen, a reminder that lacrosse is different on a high rate of speed and may leave the playing area. Please use caution at all times and watch for foreign objects. LXM Pro requests that you refrain from tossing any objects onto the field. Any spectator entering the field or attempting to harm any man will be ejected and subject to arrest. Smoking is not permitted in the seating areas. For everyone at LXM Pro, we thank you for your cooperation and thank you for joining us for the fastest growing sport in all the USA. Champion Athletic Wear is proud to be the official sponsor and uniform of the LXM Pro Tour.
Yeah.
Visit the Champion Branded trimmer located on our vendor page to check out.
Hello and welcome to Coronado Island. We are near San Diego for LXM 619, the second installment of the LXM Pro Series this summer. I'm Chris Marshall here with Easton's Court Kim, and I'm not going to lie, Court, I'm pretty excited about the game tonight. All right, Golden. Wow. Those clouds were super clutch for a second. Should I turn this off? I should probably turn this off. Oh, how should I just turn this off? Yeah?
Yeah. Just hold both out.
Okay.
Hey, bud.
You got the headphones? Just make sure I have the right. Can you hear me all right? Test, test, test. Great play. I'll go over there. All right. Talk a little bit. Test, test, test. Great look. What a nice play, moving the ball down the sideline to the backside. They made it look real easy on that one. Setting up a 2-on-1. Defense didn't have much chance on that one. Julian, good? Okay, I'll make sure I keep the... Teach me. Obi-Wan. So just hold down those two. Oh.
Caps down.
Got it? Okay.
Easton is a proud sponsor of LXM Pro and Team Soleil. Be sure to stop on the South Swell booth and check out Team Soleil's gear, including Easton's Stealth Pen and the Stealth RS Ultralight Scanning Check. Easton, ahead of its time.
Yeah, I knew it was going to come that which, but it's great because I've got prescription sunglasses on that I was hoping I could wear because I was up here when they were starting to. It's a nice little bag. It is. It's not bad. I had a good shot.
It'll be a good game. STX obviously wants a victory. Good talking points.
Yep. Sounds good.
Good evening, Lacrosse fans, and welcome to LXM Pro 619 presented by Champion. The first stop on the 2012 LXM Pro Tournament Series Tour. Be sure to visit our vendor village and check out the latest and greatest lacrosse gear and apparel. We hope you're enjoying the evening, and in just a few minutes, you'll see the top professional men's lacrosse players in the world compete as Team Soleil will face off against Team STX in our LXM Pro Lacrosse Showcase game. It's LXM Pro 619, presented by Champion, San Diego's biggest lacrosse event of 2012. attention, please. Please note that the stands on the west side of the stadium, that's the side of the stadium marked by the large C, standing for champion. The west side of the stadium stands are open for seating. So if you're running out of space on the opposite side, head on west and go visit champion and find yourself a seat. Our face-off will begin in 10 minutes. Good evening, Lacrosse fans, and welcome to Newman Minor Field on the campus of Coronado High. It's LXM Pro Lacrosse, and the second stop on the 2012 LXM Pro Tour Series Tour. It's LXM Pro 619, presented by Champion in the season. In our professional lacrosse showcase game, we welcome 40 of the best professional lacrosse players in all the world. It's the LXM Pro Lacrosse 619 All-Star Showcase Game. And now, wearing the tan uniforms, the designated visiting team. Let's meet our LXM Pros on Team Soleil. From the University of Virginia on attack, number 1, John Christmas. On attack from the University of Delaware, number 3, Matt Ulrich. Also on attack from Colgate University, number 4, Brandon Bork. In the midfield, from Rutgers, the State University of New Jersey, number 6, Bradman. Also in the midfield from Fairfield University, number 9, Chris Champion. In the midfield from the U.S. Naval Academy, number 12, Graham Hill. From Hofstra University on defense, number 15, Brett Moyer. In the midfield from Syracuse University, number 21, Sean Lindsay. From Brown University in the midfield, number 24, Thomas Muldoon. From Brown University in the midfield, number 25, Chaz Kastner. On defense from Georgetown University, number 33, Jerry Lamb. From Johns Hopkins University on defense, number 34, Tom Carney. In the midfield, San Diego's very own from Stevens Tech, number 36, J.R. Aristides. In the midfield from Johns Hopkins University, number 41, Lou Brown. From Colby College on attack, number 42, Whit McCarthy. Defenseman from St. Mary's College, number 44, Ryder Henry. And in goal for Team Soleil from Princeton University, number 15, Alex Hewitt. And ladies and gentlemen, the coaches for Team Soleil include, from Orange County, California, Foothill High School's very own head coach, John Fox. And from Stony Brook University, Jesse Haas. And now, outfitted in the dark uniforms, our designated home team. Let's meet the LXM Pros on Team STX. From the University of Virginia in the midfield, number 1, Shamel Bratton. Defenseman from Whittier College, number 2, Brian Kelly. In the midfield, from the University of Virginia, number 3, Romel Bratton. From Salisbury University in the midfield, number 4, Mike Von Kabecki. Defenseman from Dowling College, number 5, Andrew Casimir. On attack from Vermont College, number 9, Jeff Worley. On attack from the University of Maryland, number 10, Max Ritz. In the midfield from the University of Maryland, Baltimore County, number 11, Max Davis. Midfielder from Salisbury University, number 12, Sam Bradman. Defenseman from Whittier College, number 13, Brian Kelly. In the midfield from Johns Hopkins University, number 18, Kyle Harrison. Midfielder from the University of North Carolina, number 23, Nick Tintle. From Salisbury University on attack, number 35, Eric Rock. Midfielder from Towson University, number 36, Ben Davies. In the midfield from Johns Hopkins University, number 37, Benson Irwin. Defenseman from Johns Hopkins University, number 43, Matt Brennan. And in goal for Team STX from the U.S. Naval Academy, number 16, Matt Russell. And ladies and gentlemen, the coaches for Team STX include, from the Las Vegas Stars program, Jerry Campo. And you've seen him in movies like Mr. D's The Wedding Singer, The Water Boy, The Super to be released. That's my boy. From Hofstra University, Peter Dante. Now, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, at this time, would you please rise? Kindly remove your hats and raise your voices. We invite you to join Ms. Turner as we honor America, those who have served and are currently serving in our armed forces around the world, with the singing of our national anthem.
What so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleam, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, o'er the ramparts we watched, were so gallantly streamed. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Thank you, Tim Allen. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. And ladies and gentlemen, the officials for this evening's game include referee Bob Duggan, umpire John Biskowski, field judge Tim Dutch, and field judge E.J. McCoy. All right, ladies and gentlemen, San Diego's biggest lacrosse event of 2012. It's the LXM Pro Adrenaline Tournament Series 619 All-Star Faces.
LXM 619, the second installment of the LXM Pro Series, and there was no shortage of drama in the first game. Team Soleil with a comeback victory with just one goal late in the game. I'm pretty sure we're going to see the same type of action here tonight. What do you think, Corey?
I definitely agree. STX is fired up. I wouldn't be surprised if they came out charging in this first quarter.
And there's Deep Elise winning the face-off, and that's something we saw a lot of at OCC. And he really controlled the face-off things.
Yeah, I do know that Soleil brought in a guy, Lou Braun, who graduated
played with in college, who I see occasionally out on the men's league. And the BTB just off the mark. That one coming from Worley. Ball still out. Here's Bradman with the long high rip. A great goal from Bradman. Already making an impact. I mean, it's so quick on his release there. And that's a real laser.
Yeah, Chris, we've seen this before. This exact shot, the low to high coming up top. You figure Alex Hewitt might have the scouting report by now, especially after last game.
But that's just tough. I mean, you see Brendan Porter out there making a play, getting a stick on the ball. Last game's play of the game, and he's always in the right spot. And unfortunately, that one cared about his stick right to Bradman, who ripped that one away.
Here's another pickup, a late pickup. Brendan Stikani from Johns Hopkins, number 40, fighting for the ground ball. That was his bread and butter at Hopkins.
That one picked up by Brennan, and then Candy gets it, goes for a flip pass. Here's a G-Man looking across.
Good look. Nice play by Matt Russell to get his stick up in the passing lane.
Yeah, and if you haven't seen some of the cam videos of Matt Russell from last game, definitely check them out on our channel. Quarterback.
I think that's one of his strengths. You can tell that firsthand in that video.
Here's Graham Gill out of Navy. Just got married, so congratulations to Graham.
Yeah, Grammer.
But I know we talked about this during the last broadcast, but a flight instructor. Now teach pilots how to fly. So pretty interesting and exciting stuff.
The shoot around last night, he was telling me all about the transition to the 730, the Boeing 737. Which I thought was pretty cool. So yeah, props to Graham Gill for doing some great work for us in the country.
Here's Corp coming around. Had a big game last game with 4 goals himself.
Possession, Team STX.
And there's Shamel Bratton on the backup. That's a hustle play.
Great backup. Nice deceptive overhand shot by Brandon Corp there. You can see Matt Russell drop the stick a little bit. Love that kind of release. It's real hard for the goalie to lead that, but bailed out by some nice backup by Brandon.
There's Bowler trying to get through. Look at the pass inside, can't quite find his man. Russell picks up the ball. Got K18, opts to slow it down a little bit. The only player wearing those red and white Hirachis. I'm a big fan of those. I mean, I think the only ones I like better are probably the ones on Sean Lindsay's feet.
I know you like those.
I love those. And there's a great pickoff play again by Gill. Up to Christmas.
I got numbers.
Looks off. Finds Corp. And Corp with the low high rip off stick, shredding corners.
I'm going to talk to JR about that one. Oreskovich, I think Brandon bailed him out a little bit. He had an unbelievable shot opportunity and chose the one more look. He's probably thinking about that, but paid off. Goal to goal.
Assist to the goal by San Diego's own number 36,
Yeah, I know he took the 949 event. It's nice to have him back. I know he's fired up to be back after talking to the shooter last night.
There's going to be a push going against STX. Lindsay bringing it in. Here's Muldoon. Takes the rip. Russell's all over that one, taking it up, and he's got wheels. Nice bounce pass. Here comes Davis. And Davis is a pretty crafty player, especially if you get him in transition. Watch out.
Great two-way player. Great two-way middies. We got a couple of them out here tonight. Real good two-way middies.
A dangerous pass. Lucky to come up with that one. It's Tintle. Looks like they're slowing it down, trying to get a little bit into a settled offense. Here's Worley making his first LXM appearance. Also wearing one of the Go Bandit helmet cams. So be on the lookout for some of that footage coming up. Some really, really cool stuff that they're doing over at Go Bandit. Got GPS chips in the cameras that let you know how fast you're running and all sorts of stuff like that. So really excited to take a look at all that footage after the game. There's Harrison.
Great split dodge.
And he's so smooth.
He is tough to defend. Well, all these guys are tough to defend. You got the Bratton brothers up there. That's a scary lineup.
Here's Hewitt, crossfield to Moyer, also wearing one of those cams. I know I was talking to him before the game, and he was pretty fired up. Dangerous pass across the face of the goal. That one almost snuck in, but he was able to handle it and fire the ball up. But I know he was really fired up about the helmet cam, and he's another one of those guys that's real vocal on the defensive end, and he also throws some serious lumber.
You know, number 42 for Team Soleil bringing it in, a newcomer here, Whit McCarthy from Colby College. I got to tell you, I was out shooting with him last night. He was bringing it 106 miles per hour, and if you meet the guy in person, no idea where he's getting that from, but he can absolutely rip it. So they got him in the right spot in front of the goal.
Yeah, definitely be on the lookout for him. And there's no shortage of speed on his end either. I know if you go and see some of the LXM videos, there's a shot just off the mark in the BTB. It looks like Russell's going to be able to run that a lot of times in the 949 event. But like I was saying with Whit, if you've seen some of the LXM footage from the practice / tryouts that he was at, I know that he just skinned me alive with a swim. So I mean, I threw the best check I threw all day, hit his stick, and he still made me look foolish and score the goal.
Yeah, I've heard. Not only can he shoot, he can dodge. He's got great footwork.
Yeah. It's like another one of those kind of, Maurice Jones-Drew type guys. He's like a bowling ball. There's Bradman with a bull dodge, and the fans love it. I don't hate it either. And that one's off the pipe.
Great shot, great look.
And that's Crum, who had a huge game as well. Another one of the Salisbury grads. And it's getting a little chippy out there.
I tell you, STX wants to win this game bad, and you could see that from Ramel Bradman. D'd up by Chris and Jamie, and I spoke with Chris before the game. He called himself a classic two-way throwback midi, and you could tell he takes a lot of pride in his defense, D'ing up Ramel on that one. Yeah, he got under Ramel's skin a little bit, it looked like, with a couple headbutt meathead dodges thrown at him.
Absolutely. He's not taking no for an answer on the defensive end. Comes Muldoon again. Trying to get away from Bratton.
Good hustle.
I had a good feeling that one was how that was going to end.
Great hustle.
Another bounce pass. There's Baller at UNC. And picked up by Lamb. Lamb gets one in the back, and the ball's going to stay with Team Soleil.
Pretty easy call there. Baller just kind of ran up his back a little bit. Basically a turnover.
Oh, fortunate play from Porter. And a great stick.
Porter coming off an MVP performance. What a game he put in last time.
Porter was everywhere. I mean, if you haven't seen the MVP
the
highlights,
reel.
then it's worth your time. 3 goals, 1 with a pole, and all at really big times. And picks off the pass to end the game. So he's literally everywhere. Here's a low to high rip, and that one just off the mark. And you saw that what we were talking about. That one got there in a hurry from McCarthy.
Not a bad guy to set up.
Absolutely not. And he's kind of unassuming. So if you didn't know that he was hitting 106 last night, you probably wouldn't think to slide out there.
I'm not sure Matt Russell even knows that's coming. So that might be to Team Soleil's advantage. Get Whit set up on the wing or up top, and it might surprise Russell.
Yeah, a little bit of an ambitious shot there from Muldoon. Off balance, trying to get something off. I mean, those are tough to see if you're Russell coming off the corner. Here's Christmas bringing the ball in. There's Corp. That's a great save by Russell. Big hits. They are everywhere today. I mean, I have to think that there's a little bit more fire in these guys.
There's some intensity out here, no doubt about it. Matt Russell's been incredibly active outside of the goal.
And just 7:30 to go here in the first. So 1-1. Coming off goals from both teams early. Slowed down a little bit. There's a shot, that one just off the mark. Christmas trying to shield Russell. And McCarthy going to bring the ball in for Team Soleil.
You weren't kidding, man. What footwork.
There he is coming around with the dive. And there's McCarthy, just like we talked about. He's got deceptive speed, and once he's by you, his center of gravity is so low that he's impossible to stop. And he's got that big rip coming behind it.
It's like a jitterbug. He did a little bit of a dodge twice there with his footwork. Came around, just got high enough, and sold out coming above GLE. I'm impressed with this guy. I'm telling you, I didn't get a chance to see some of the in-close stuff that we just saw right there. I saw the big shot, but man, I think this guy's a heck of a player.
And there's Soleil taking the lead. That's something that they didn't do until the fourth quarter of the last game.
That's right.
And Deep Elise just fighting through the checks, able to get the ball up to Harrison. Here was 6:50 to go in the first. It's 2-1 in favor of Team Soleil.
D. Felice has been such a big factor these last 2 games already. He's picking up kind of where he left off last game.
Absolutely, he's a stud. I mean, especially at the X, but then also able to get the ball into the box, shake off a couple defenders, take some big checks. Because you see those defensemen coming in pretty hot on the Fogo guys. Because they know that their sticks aren't quite as good as the guys that are coming in for them. So definitely coming in heavy. There's Von Kamecki looking inside. There's Worley just able to chase that down. Good hustle on that play.
Got some good talk from the stands on that ball down call.
I mean, that's what they preach here. It's fundamentals.
We got an educated crowd down here, Chris.
And there's a nice look. Worley takes a big hit. Can't keep it in his stick. The ball's still up. Hewitt wants it. And that's a great flip up to Ritz. Ritz has got to move that ball. Recognized the empty cage. Wanted it himself.
Good hustle. Good hustle by both teams. Saw a little kidney check there by Alex Hewitt. These guys are getting after it back there.
Well, and they know they're going to have to do a little extra with no Mikey Powell today.
Yeah, that's certainly a loss. He can create so much.
There's another one off the puck. That one actually hits the camera. That's going to be a great shot when we get the footage off that one, as long as it's not completely destroyed.
You could see it from up here, Chris. Real deceptive shot. He dipped his head and threw it off the crossbar. That was a nice play.
There's KAT again. The inside roll, the behind the back pass. Unbelievable handle.
Good collapse, D. Jerry Lamb with a nice ground ball. We got 4v4. They're going to give it up. Slow it down. Good time to possess after that long defensive stand right there.
They give their defense a rest. I know Lamb wanted to push it. I mean, you could tell.
I can still see these guys pushing it. I don't think they're doing too much X's and O's out here.
No. Don't have Coach El Presidente down there chalking them up. Here's Christmas working from X. Coming around, and that one off the pipe. And that one backed up by Porter. But he's so quick coming around the corner. And
a nice little downstream.
Expect him to get that so quickly.
I think it was a nice little downstream by Brendan Porter.
Porter gets loose, takes a shot, and again, the goal for Porter. Not known for his offense, but with the bounce shot there, has Russell beat. Textbook shot. That's the kind of play you expect to see from Porter. I mean, he backs the defender, turns, and takes the shot.
Just more and more impressed with this guy and his ability as a two-way midfielder. You know, getting topside, taking an early bouncer that just nestled under the bar. He is a really effective player. I mean, he's a real complete lacrosse player.
And I mean, it took heads up to notice when his defender fell down, working on Crum, who was stuck back on defense. So take it against the attackman.
I think that puts you at a real disadvantage when you fall down against Brendan Porter.
Absolutely, especially in close. Surgical. And I mean, I always like to talk about Porter because he's the nicest guy I know.
He's such a super guy.
Got a big smile on his face. Always happy to see you. And I mean, that's the kind of guy you want coaching your kids. I mean, he's out there hustling. He actually won the Knight Cup, which is a big kind of sportsmanship and leadership award at Rutgers. So you can tell
it's a big honor. Absolutely.
And here with 3:50 to go in the first, it's a 2-goal lead for Team Soleil, coming out hot here early in the first. Here's Bradman.
Looks like they're going to substitute one more through the midfield. They're bringing in K18.
Bradman's got the shorty. I don't hate that matchup.
You know, I tell you though, Jamian, after his last defensive display against Ramel Bratton, you know, he may not have such an advantage here. Chris has got some fire. You can tell he's got some defensive pride. So they're going to go with Chamel on this one.
Back to Harrison. Harrison working on Graham Gill. Takes the shot. The low-to-low rip. Somebody start the oven because he's baking some low pie.
That got there quickly.
It's just one step inside.
That's one thing Kyle Harrison has been doing for years and probably doing about as well, if not better than anybody, and that's getting separation on that initial dodge to either feed or shoot. In this case, shoot and score. So, you know, I think that's the full arsenal on display for Kyle Harrison. Shake and bake dodge, and a nice low rip past Hewitt. Stick side even, Chris.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's not an easy shot to get in front of. Here's Braun winning it to himself, something we didn't see a whole lot of in the last game.
That's why they brought him in.
This is a good time to remind everyone, if you're new to the Lacrosse Network, to keep your comments, questions coming. We're going to be giving away some great Adrenaline MMA shorts for the best. A great Commander-in-Chief hat from GTL to the best catchphrase. So, I mean, if you didn't like that last catchphrase and you think you can do better, fire away. Your comments are heard, and so are your questions, so definitely keep them coming. Here's Bradman bringing the ball up. Not a whole lot of pressure coming from the attack there.
It's probably not easy to ride these guys. With the athletes they've got on STX, that's a tough team to ride against. You're almost better off falling back into a 6v6 and playing some D. With guys like Porter.
Here's Bradman. Shamel Bradman gets the trip. Gotta throw the flag there. Get a hold.
Got a loose ball. Loose ball hold.
Fortunate call for Team Soleil. Bradman looking inside. That one goes right to Bradman. I think he was looking for
what a ground ball by Brendan. What a ground ball. We got numbers. We got something.
And that's a great handle by Corbin.
What a save!
Better save by Russell.
Number 6 for Russell. He has played one heck of a first quarter. Heads up, Johnny. You know, that last defensive series, we saw a new long stick midi. John Kenyon from Towson, just graduated from Towson. It'll be interesting to see what kind of game he's got. He got a little stick up, a little tangled in the feet last time, but looking forward to seeing what this guy's got.
There's a great handle from Ballard, able to pick that one out of the side. Finds Bradman. Bradman with the shot and the goal. No question about that one. Shredding the low corner. I mean, surgical. Nothing you can do about that.
Gotta give that to Ballard on that one. To pressing and creating a situation. And I'll tell you what, the last game at 9-4-9, I was really impressed with Ballard's footwork against Mike Powell. He had the unenviable task of guarding Mike Powell all day, and I thought he did a heck of a job. Great footwork. You see that on display, his north-south ability, getting up the field and creating a break.
And I mean, that's a really spectacular goal. Right? I mean, coming from a long pole, looking inside, I mean, it's even better run from Bradman, able to get open and then just finish on the shot there, but great feed.
Yep.
Ballard already making an impact, tying the game up at 3 with just over a minute to go in the first. Another heads-up play, rolling that ball to Russell. Here's from Bradman bringing the ball across.
5v5. Looks like 6v5 for a second, but they're going to sub.
And a lot of really, except for Bradman, I mean, they've had all different scores.
Yep.
So definitely no shortage of offensive firepower on either side of the ball here. I mean, you have to think that STX might have the advantage, but you know, I thought that last game too. So it's hard to say. There's a great look inside, and Hewitt able to get in front of that one. Looked like a shaft save.
Boy, did he want that one back. Who was that? Is that Crum? He wanted that shot back. You could see the way he went after Hewitt. That loose ball.
And, I mean, these guys want to win.
Oh, yeah. They'll even take the interference call on the crease to do so. But, you know, you could see he didn't get a great shot off, and he went after Hewitt there.
Here's Moyer. Trying to get loose up to Lindsay.
Good luck.
We've got a couple catchphrases coming up. There's Lindsay goes down, able to keep the ball on the stick, rolling around, trying to fight.
Team Soleil. Attention fans, Champion Athletic Runners Company, the official sponsor and uniform of the LXM Pro Tour. Visit the Champion branded trailer located on the Vendor Village to check out our great collection of lacrosse apparel. For comfort and performance on and off the field, all you need is Champion. And fans, STX is a proud sponsor of LXM Pro. Learn more about the gear that the best to the field at stx.com. STX, never stop. And ladies and gentlemen, after the first quarter of play, we're all tied up. Team STX 3, Team Solar 3.
Coming across, finds Costanzo. Costanzo's coming around, takes a shot in the goal! And that's going to do it. Costanzo does it himself. Comes around the corner, shoots top shelf, off stick. And Cal State Fullerton is going to the championship game.
Now it's on.
We got him. 3 seconds. Comes on. We had audio.
Do you want to try and get me like the mic?
Audio sounds a little muffled because the mic is on the desk in front of you. It definitely sounds clear.
All right.
We're gonna stay with this.
All right, welcome back to LXM 619 live on the Lacrosse Network. I'm Chris Marshall here with Easton's Court Kim, and no shortage of action here in the first quarter. What do you expect to see in the second?
Well, I'll tell you, that first quarter is what you'd expect, especially after the 9-4-9 game, coming down to 1 goal. These guys are definitely getting after it. It's usually that first quarter, working out the kinks, getting the jet lag out of the system, and looking forward to seeing some great lacrosse over some continued great lacrosse over the next 3 quarters.
Yeah, here we got a question for you about what do you think lacrosse would be like if there were no face-offs? I guess more like basketball. I guess is what they're asking. Like where the other team got the ball to start.
I think it would be fantastic.
Procedure, Team STX, position Team Solar.
And that's definitely something that is a real game changer.
Yeah. Sean Lindsay with the BTB. Not a lot of angle, and he actually improved it with that shot. He just ripped it over his shoulder.
And they're working through the triple. I don't know.
Position Solar.
Getting right back into the action is Jemian. There's Corp over to Lindsay. Quick.
Solar possession for remission.
Christmas is bringing it in. Nice little split dodge.
And again, right off the corner. He likes that. He likes that shot that's right off the defenseman's
He is so explosive, Chris. He's coming off an MVP honor. He won MVP of the tournament over in Berlin, playing over in Germany. So, not surprising. He's an MVP type of player.
I mean, all these guys are.
Yeah.
I mean, even the guys that you don't expect.
Oh,
There's
man.
fantastic.
Team Soleil goal! Scored by number 42, Whit McCarthy. An unassisted goal. Repeating the goal scored for Team Soleil, unassisted by number 42, Whit McCarthy. Team STX goal! Scored by number 18, Kyle Harrison. An unassisted goal. Repeating the goal scored for Team STX, unassisted by number 18, Kyle Harrison, his second goal of the game. Ball out of bounds, possession, Soleil.
It'll look like they have a little bit of a line change here. Hill going to bring the ball in. There's crossfield. That one over to Garvey. And over to Lindsay, and that's just good play. Gets it into Gessner.
Feeling some pressure there. Was that BK? Ended the first quarter with a great overhead shot. Good defensive game.
Yeah, also the current head coach. They had a pretty good season. I know we saw them play against Union. So definitely on the way up. They have a lot of good young players.
Good help there on Team STX defense right there. I think they got a chuck on Sean Lindsay's hands and created a throwaway.
Just a reminder that this game is brought to you by Apollo Jets. Apollo Jets, the private aviation industry's premier jet charter company. Apollo Jet offering special pricing to adrenaline recruiting events and LXM ATS destinations. When you call, mention Lacrosse for your discounted rates. Again, that's Apollo Jets.
You can just see the athleticism there on Sam Bradman. I think that was Sam clearing it. Unbelievable footwork in the open field.
And here's Shamel Bratton bringing the ball in. Down to Worley. Good solid defense. Didn't let him get to the top side there. Bratton again with a great split and a dive. And that's a fantastic goal. I mean, I hope we get to see the replay on this one because his footwork is so good there. I mean, you see how quickly he cuts across and then dives across the front of the cage. There it is with the split and then the dive before he hits the crease. Hewitt didn't even know what to do. It was so quick.
That's a heck of a play by Bradman. He is so athletic. I mean, there's so many good athletes out here on this field.
Yeah, and that's the first lead for STX since 1-0. So definitely right back in this game. And with 10:59 to go in the first half, Soleil's going to have to put something together.
Looks like we had a little procedure. They're going to do this one over.
And DeFelice again able to win that one. The great ground ball by Soleil, able to get the ball to Gessner.
That's the young LSM from Towson, John Kenyon, coming up with the ground ball. Nice play moving it off the ground right away. Good fundamentals there. They're going to go with JR on this one. JR Reskovich with the big shot. Just found out JR is a local product from out here, Lacrosse Canyon. Certainly one of the better, the more prominent lacrosse programs out here, but it's great to see, you know, him on the big stage out here.
Absolutely. I know Coach Hartley was here today, former coach of Lacrosse Canyon, current coach of Chapman, watching some of the younger kids play. And there's a rusty gate just off the mark, but really effective check. That's from Ratcliff.
Well, he's a new one out here. That's actually Malcolm Chase. They recruited him. I talked to Kyle Harrison before. Nice fast break defense right there. Good rotation.
And there's Ritz taking some serious checks.
Ryder Henry is just going after him. Ryder Henry from St. Mary's College from Maryland. He's also a new face out here. But, you know, we saw that rusty gate check on the run from Malcolm Chase. That guy is a specimen, one heck of an athlete. And I tell you, he gets after it. If there's a ground ball, you better expect Malcolm Chase is going to be somewhere in the mix, number 42 for Team STX.
Repeating the Soleil penalty, a 30-second technical push. Number 12.
Looks like it's going to see our first man-up opportunity of the game. Going for Team STX with just under 10 minutes to go in the first half.
I missed that call, Chris. What was it?
It was a 30-second technical for a push.
Got it.
I want to say going against Graham Gill. Harrison finds Bratton. Bratton takes a shot, and Porter again able to get his stick in the shooting lane.
That might have been why their fast break defense was pretty good. He pushed from behind.
That'll help. Looking across, and there's Ritz. Surprised he didn't take that, but finds Bradman, and Bradman with the laser.
Bradman was bringing it up around 100 miles per hour last night on the gun. That guy can definitely, he can shoot.
Yeah, I know. We had Coach Chaudhry out there going about 150. So, wow. K18. Making it look easy with that one. And that's a hat trick for Kyle Harrison.
He's going stick side high right to the upper corner. Wow. Location insane on that one. Right in the corner. He's going to love to see that one from TLN this week. He is going to love to see that one.
I mean, is that a fire? Because that shot had some real heat on it.
Not bad.
I'm not mad at that one either. That's a good one coming from Monster Crusader, it looks like.
Great ground ball by Max Davis. Between the boxes, I tell you, there aren't many players better. They've got a little hidden ball trick going, and they call it off quickly with a BTB flip.
Here's Davis.
Looks like STX is loosening up a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, when you've got Kyle Harrison and Sam Bradman scoring goals like that, it's hard not to feel pretty good about where your team's at. I mean, that pushes their lead to 2. They're largest of the game. But I mean, we saw this a couple weeks ago in Orange County. I mean, no game is over, especially with the firepower that Soleil has.
They are definitely loosening up. You can absolutely see they're starting to have some fun out here. I think the 2-goal lead helps.
Yeah, and you see Bradman trying to be K18 out there. I mean, he sees that top corner. There's coming around, and there's Worley. Can't quite make it done. That's great defensive positioning.
Great save, too. Great save by Hewitt. Tough time to throw that over the head check, but, you know, Ryder Henry, I think, got bailed out a little bit by Hewitt. Scacandi's bringing up the far sideline.
There's a Gemian. There's a shot, and good positioning on that shot, or angle.
Yeah, deceptive. I tell you, you wouldn't expect him to be a big shooter, but
Well, it didn't even look like there was a whole lot on it. It was placed well. I mean, it was just off the stick side low pipe. It looked like Russell was all over it, but not a bad place to put it.
Absolutely. Soleil was offside, so it looks like they're going to give the ball back up to STX. They're going to bring it up.
And again, please keep your questions, comments, catchphrases coming. We've got some really great ones so far, and we're going to be giving away some really cool stuff from GTL, the Commander-in-Chief hat. Go to our Facebook page, check out the pictures, as well as some STX gloves and some adrenaline shorts. And the shorts that they have, the adrenaline shorts, they're MMA shorts, I guess technically. They've got pockets. They're real sturdy. They're good-looking shorts. So definitely check them out on our Facebook page. And if you haven't yet, like the page and follow us on Twitter as well at Lacrosse Network. And don't be afraid to give me a follow either. It's CMarshallTLN.
There you go.
Stay up to date with all of the great lacrosse stuff. There's a shot from way outside.
Tell you what preceded that was a real patient clear by STX. They did a nice job. Looks like they're contesting it. They're arguing a call. They may have called an offsides on STX. I didn't see it, Chris.
Yeah, and it looks like Porter bringing the ball up over to Hewitt, and with 7.5 minutes to go in the first half, STX still holding on to that 2-goal lead and not looking like they're slowing down. There's Oreskovich, able to get across, takes one in the back, and those never feel good.
Little gratuitous slap in the love handle.
I mean, there wasn't a whole lot on it, but just a little reminder that I'm coming after you.
That we're here.
And Soleil having a little trouble on the offensive end. That's 2 consecutive unforced errors.
Play's gotten a little sloppy. See if the teams can tighten it up a little bit.
Again, here's Russell bringing it up. Again, wearing one of those Go Bandit cameras, which are really cool. I'm excited to see the footage from those. If you haven't checked out the footage of him from last game, definitely do it. There's some really exciting stuff.
That was an awesome video. I tell you, my favorite part of it was Graham Gill talking a little bit of smack to Matt Russell, former teammates. Nice play right there.
There's a quick stick by Tintle, getting the ball from Kyle Harrison. I mean, they have to respect his shot so much because he's got the ability to rip.
Yeah, nice rollback. Kyle's got his head up on the dodge, feeds Tintle down low. Good grab in traffic down there and just sticks it to where the goalie's head isn't. It's down low. Nice finish. STX on a little bit of a roll right now, Chris.
Yeah, they're looking tough. That's 4 straight for them. So definitely moving in the right direction. I mean, it looked like Soleil had the upper hand early, but STX settling down and Soleil doing the opposite. And Dave Lee's getting back in the zone, able to win that to himself. And nice look off in by Kenyon. Here's Davis. Davis wants in too.
Optimistic.
And another hustle play, that one from Harvey. Able to back that one up. Finds Lamb. And
They
Ritz
look like
coming
we got
offsides.
looks like we might have an Team STX penalty. No, they're not throwing the flag.
I can't believe they didn't throw the flag on that
It
one.
looked like Max was offside.
And there's Chase bringing it up. Looking for Worley. Worley can't handle it.
Nice chopping by Garvey. That's Garvey's MO. I mean, he's a big checker. You know, after a game going against Tom Garvey, you're going to feel it. No question about it.
And there's Christmas. Just loses the ball out of his stick. Had his man beat.
How explosive is Christmas?
And you don't even see it happen. He's just by you.
By you. Yep.
There's Tintle bringing it across. So face dodge, and that one off the inside pipe. I mean, there's nothing you can do about that one.
Nice move.
Didn't look like he would ever even saw it.
Nice move by Tintle there. He kind of pulled up as if he was gonna pull a shot. Face dodges by a Jamian and puts a nice bouncer right under the crossbar. I wonder if that went. It almost bounced under the crossbar and it looked like it hit outside the goal line. Tough to say.
You know, I'm with you on that one. That one didn't look like it hit. I mean, that's something we're gonna have to cut out and post later on. Look for something of that in the next couple days.
TLN's gonna be all over that one.
Yeah.
We'll get the answer on that one.
I mean, you kind of hope this one comes down to a 1-goal game so we can get a closer look at that one, so we can get that going at halftime.
That could be a factor. STX is clearly on a roll though. What's that now? 5 goals in a row?
Yeah. Yeah, and Soleil has to do something better on offense right now. I mean, they're having trouble winning the faceoff, so they need to really take advantage of the offensive sets that they're getting.
To that point, Chris, I just got word that the STX is 6 of 7 on faceoffs right now. You know, it's tough to win games, or on the Soleil side when you don't have the ball.
And there's Van Kamecki. Looks inside, and that's another great save by Hewitt. Hewitt, I mean, given the fact that they've scored 5 straight goals, is having a great game.
He stood up nice and big on that one. Didn't have a ton of angle, but not much a shootout from Alex's side.
There's a look inside, a little ambitious into a lot of traffic. And here with just under 5 minutes to go, 4-goal lead for Team STX.
Here comes MVP.
And Porter's got a world of speed.
He's such a good two-way player.
That one's in the hat. Able to get the ball into the box. 4:30 to go. Flips it to Gill.
Good patience by Brendan on that play right there. Good stick protection, good patience. Get it to the offensive middies and get ready to go. Here comes JR.
Back over to Gill. And Christmas having a lot of luck driving, but hasn't been able to get that shot on cage yet. Muldoon finds Lindsay.
Nice stutter. Oh, great little stutter dodge, and you can see the frustration. Sean knew he was in there, should have had a goal. But a nice little decoy dodge there, like a little pump fake, and he's to the inside. Once again, here comes Christmas. Man, is he a burner or what, Chris?
Absolutely, and it really looks like he's moving extremely fast because he's not a big guy. So when you get to that kind of speed, I mean, it's not like a Porter or a Bradman where they're big and they're just kind of striding it out. I mean, he is really moving.
Tell you, for all you young attackmen out there, watch John Christmas dodge. He's going 100% every single time. He never takes a dodge off. Those are the worst kinds of attackmen to defend.
And he certainly isn't the youngest guy out there.
Absolutely not. Can still bring it, though.
Look
Good
inside.
idea.
A lot of really solid defense coming from Team STX.
It looked like Russell might have gotten away with one, maybe not. Push on Russell.
And you're just 3.5 minutes to go in the first half.
Looks like a timeout, Chris.
Yeah, and again, just a reminder, keep your questions, comments coming. And forget racks on racks. All you need in your life is lax on lax on lax. Order your lax on lax on lax tank tees and snapbacks at laxonlaxonlax.com. As well as your original neon Gym Tan Lax tanks, only available at gymtanlax.com. Make sure to like the Gym Tan Lax Facebook page for a chance to win free gear and order your tanks and pennies right through Facebook. That's facebook.com/GymTanLax. And we'll be giving away a really cool Commander-in-Chief hat in the American flag colors to get ready for the 4th of July. I certainly know that I want one, so keep your questions coming. That one's going to go to the best catchphrase, as well as the adrenaline shorts going to the best question. So definitely keep those coming. And here with 3:25 to go in the first half, still a 4-goal lead. It's been a while since we've seen Soleil get on the score sheet.
And fans, don't go anywhere at the half. We'll be featuring the official LXM Pro 619.
So definitely going to need to get something going on offense. They've had pretty good opportunities, but haven't been able to hit the cage.
Yeah, Soleil's going to need to get a little spark here, whether it's a turnover on this ride. You can see they've got 2 men, Muldoon and Christmas, battling 3.
And that's a huge crossfield pass right on the money to Davis. Davis looking inside. Great pass.
What a save by Hewitt.
All over that one. I mean, that's got to be the save of the game so far. Textbook check right on the butt end. There's Worley hustling.
Ball. Still on him. Great ground ball.
And able to get it to Bradman. Over to Harrison.
I tell you, I like the strategy of the ride by Team Soleil. They're encouraging, they're really encouraging the 40 to 50-yard crossfield pass, but it stung him there, and Alex bailed him out with an unbelievable low save.
And here's Kenyon bringing the ball across and getting a lot of heat from K18. Nice look inside, can't quite get on the end of it. And there's Corp with the rip. I'm surprised he didn't tear the net clean off that goal.
You could almost see the pipes bend backwards. It looked like it.
It definitely jumped. Definitely jumped. I mean, he's so quick on his release, able to get that ball off the deflection.
A fortunate bounce going through. Can't really see it on the replay, but good bounce coming through. I think Muldoon was looking for a cutter coming through, and Brandon happened to be the beneficiary of a loose ball and just stuck it.
Yeah, and that's his second of the game. and he had 4 last game. So got to be towards the top of the scoring list for the tour so far.
You gotta figure Brandon's got to step up a little bit in Mike Powell's absence tonight. He's got to take on some of the
definitely
scoring.
got the ability.
No question.
And Ritz wants the flag, taking some pretty liberal checks. There's Gessner. Here's Ritz rolling back and just getting crushed. And you see those guys coming in, and there's some bad blood out there.
Well, it ended with a little bit of a hug, but I tell you, they were getting after Ritz on that one. That was unreal. Great stick protection, great stick handling from Max Ritz. But, you know, after he took that first swarm, he wasn't done. He went right to the heart of the defense and took on a little bit more punishment. Even looked like his own teammate tackled him at the tail end.
Definitely coming in there to protect his guy.
Great effort, though. Great effort.
So we're going to be a minute here, 2 minutes to go in the first half. Still a 3-goal lead for STX, but Soleil able to get off the schneid there. There's a nice fake by Bradman before he moves it down to X. Pretty solid choices there to shoot. There's a great no-look pass inside. And Worley can't quite come up with the cross-crease pass, but fantastic look coming from Ritz.
Nice play set up right there. They cut a man through, they sneak from X, and then look for the backside. Should have been a slam dunk, but just missed that cross-cage feed.
And there's McCarthy cutting up Chase. I mean, Chase was with him step for step. And then McCarthy's through. Great look outside with the quick stick goal by Christmas. And Russell isn't going to be the Grinch tonight.
I got to tell you, Whit McCarthy's showing a complete game. You know, he took on Malcolm Chase's best in the open field, drew a penalty, and then also drew a slide at the tail end of it, and ended up finding Christmas for a nice quick stick on the backside.
And that is just plain sick. I mean, we saw Christmas score a similar goal, and this one's shorthanded, no less. But with that quick stick goal that he scored from Mikey Powell in the last game, I mean, really spectacular play out of both of those guys.
Yeah, great play, and it looks like that penalty might stand and carry over to this face-off. So they may be man up going into this face-off. This will be a big one for Lou Braun if he can get it.
Yeah, we got a great question about how you think not having defensemen would change the speed of the game.
You know, I certainly think it would pick up the speed of the game because naturally, well, you know, in today's game of lacrosse, these defensemen, they're skilled like offensive players. It may not transition much at all, but I tell you what, it would lead to probably some more scoring. In today's game, it's become so specialized. They go after the short sticks on defense. If we had 9 short sticks out on that field, there'd probably be more goals scored. Absolutely. That's the advantage of that 6-foot sticks. It gives you space, it gives you cushion. But, you know, from a stick handling standpoint, I don't know. I don't think it would change a ton. I think there would be higher scoring games, though, Chris.
Yeah, I think that's probably a safe bet. And again, just over a minute to go in the first half. 2-goal lead for Team STX. And I guess another question for you. It's what do you think is, I guess, the worst bad habit?
You know, I think the worst, it really is a fundamental thing. For me, whether you're a youth lacrosse player or an advanced player, we're talking about a team game, Chris. It's carrying the ball further and longer than you need to. Love to see the ball move. I think that's when lacrosse is played at its very best, is when you see ball movement. You hear it from coaches all the time. I'm sure you preach it to kids you coach. The ball moves faster than your feet. And I think that's the most, probably the biggest pet peeve when I think about fundamentally what could be improved in the game. A lot of guys prefer to carry instead of moving the ball.
Yeah, and definitely stay tuned for halftime. We got Rory Doucette from Adrenaline Lacrosse going to come up into the booth and talk to us. So definitely some exciting news on the Adrenaline front with all the cool stuff they got going on. I know there was a lot of great lacrosse out here today. So pretty excited about that. So definitely stay tuned after the first commercial break here at halftime. So we got one more question that we just got.
Keep them coming.
Yeah, we love these questions. We love your catchphrases. And actually, you know, we'll go back to the game. We'll save this question until the second half. Here with the last 60 seconds of the first half. And Soleil really doing a good job of fighting back, trying to take some of that momentum. Going in.
Nice check by a Jamian.
Right and that's just a hustle play out of a Jamian coming back in from the box as playing a little 6-on-5 right now.
Tell you what, you think Moyer's fired up tonight? This guy's chopping wood, literally. I think he's got one of those wood poles. He is chopping.
He definitely is. I know he's excited about having that Go Bandit on his helmet, and there's a great check from Jamian. Gets the ball from Bradman, and I mean, you don't see shorties take the ball away from Bradman on solid checks like that.
That is going to be one heck of a highlight reel with some of the checks he's been laying out. I forgot he had that Go Bandit on. That's going to be a lot of fun to watch what he's doling out.
I'm excited about it. And the other thing I'm excited about, I mean, these Go Bandit cameras are really cool. I mean, they've got that the gyro and the GPS on the inside, so they know exactly how fast you're running. So I mean, you see how quick some of these guys' first couple steps are. I mean, they go from completely stopped, to 15, 20 miles an hour. I mean, it's going to be exciting to see the footage from his point of view. And I know I always like the defensive ones better because they stay trained on the players. I mean, you look like a Kyle Harrison. I mean, he'll throw no-look passes, and you can't really see the ball. But I mean, Moyer is really dialed in.
When I saw that highlight reel of Matt Russell, I was talking about it a little earlier. I love the smack talk between Graham Gill. You could hear him come in and say, "You knew that was coming, Russ."
Yeah, and I think we're going to get the highlight from that save from Hewitt from earlier. The really spectacular save.
Low save from the inside. I remember it well. Coming in on that break, a little breakdown, and then just gobbled that up.
And I mean, even in slow-mo, that looks fast.
Yeah, absolutely. These guys their uncanny ability to read shots when they're coming out of the stick from real close.
Yeah, and I mean, he goes down so quickly. I mean, it's a quick stick shot, and his ability to go from all the way at the top of the goal back down to the bottom, pretty impressive.
Very impressive.
And then 26 seconds to go, Hewitt has it. Over Porter finds Gill. Last 20 seconds of the game, a goal would be huge for Team Soleil here.
It looks like, if I'm not mistaken, Chris, STX is a man down. Nope, they're coming back in. Graham decided to give it a shot, but it looked like there was a little confusion on the substitution there. STX finally got a man back. They're 6-on-6 now.
And it looks like Soleil was down a man. And there's the shot from Muldoon. That one just off the mark. But a solid effort with 4 seconds to go. I mean, they're going to have to do something pretty quickly here. 2, 1, and the shot, and that one off the pipe. Unbelievable effort from Christmas. And that would have been really exciting.
Gosh, can that guy fly literally? I mean, he got from the end line to like the top of the crease in 4 seconds and almost scored there.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
Look at this. Gets from the end line, tries a little, almost like an air gate. Ooh, a little crease violation, Johnny. I wouldn't have called it. That was fun. I wouldn't have called it.
That's worth it. That's worth it. But definitely stay tuned for halftime. We got Rory Doucette coming into the box to talk to us about all of the fun and exciting things that Adrenaline Lacrosse is putting on. I'm Chris Marshall here with Court Kim, and you're watching the Lacrosse Network.
And fans, we're setting up for the official LXM Pro long shot competition. We've got 3 lacrosse players.
Hey guys, here we are with LXM Pros. Jeff Worley and Max Ritz going to explain some of our plyometric exercises and our running form drills. The first one is an explosive 3-step side step into a sprint. So Max is going to demonstrate first. We'll start a good athletic position. All right, as we start, we're going to push off the outside leg, which is the right foot, rebounding side steps into our sprint, getting our hands out, reaching out. Good. And again, really focusing on driving off that back leg, pushing through, really bounding out as far as we can, and go. 1, 2, good. And really pushing off that outside leg, getting that left leg into pivot, and then exploding through. Face the other way. Now we're driving off the left leg. 1, 2, and 3, good. Turning and going. Again, important part of it is make sure that you're not bending at the elbows, you're bending at your shoulder as you run with your arm swing. So this is one of our many running plyometric exercises we do as part of Adrenafit training programs. Again, this pertains to an attackman V-cutting in, V-cutting out to get a ball off a clear, a midi sprinting off a dodge and then drop stepping back in the hole, or a defenseman again breaking in to catch a pass off a clear. If you're interested in this or any other drills, check us out at adrenalinelacrosse.com.
right, welcome back. We're here with Rory Doucette from Adrenaline Lacrosse, and this is a pretty spectacular event going on tonight. I mean, what do you think of the action we've seen so far?
Well, Chris, thanks for having me up here. You know, the LXM guys are delivering right now. You can see that the stands are packed. The kids are excited about it. We're really excited to put on a good show tonight.
Yeah, I know Coronado Stadium here is probably my favorite venue to be in. I mean, it's pretty intimate, and I mean, it's completely packed. There's a lot of fire in these kids out here.
Absolutely. These guys, a lot of these kids spent the day getting clinics from these pros. So these guys are out there, hands-on, having a blast, and these kids, after hanging out with them, want to come back and see them play. So they haven't been disappointed. Coronado's been great to us. This facility is awesome. So we're having a great night, man. A lot of fun.
Yeah, and it's been like 2-3 weeks since we saw you last. What's going on new in Rory's world?
What's new? Well, we did our first East Coast event this past weekend. We were out in Philadelphia at Eastern University, did our black card showcase, which went really well. Had a top 114 kids in the country out there, a ton of big name recruiters, so it was definitely a success, and you know, that's on the upper levels, and on the lower levels been putting in a lot of new training programs and a lot of stuff for those beginners, so trying to keep everyone involved and keep everyone growing.
Yeah, you know, I heard some really great things about the black card event. I mean, can you tell me some more about some of the coaches that were there?
Absolutely, man. There was it was impressive not only to have certain names. You've got, you know, Dave Petramala, Bill Tierney, Joe Bresci, John Tillman, but a lot of those guys brought assistants, which means that they really believe in what we're doing, and they had two guys out there watching a small group of kids that we had picked for them, and we asked a lot of the recruiters for our feedback, and we always asked to be honest, and they were very happy. So they were liking what they saw, and you know, they said they can't wait for next year's edition.
Great, and I know that even today, I mean, at the tournament going on, I was talking to Casey Rector down at the booth. Said you guys had 72 teams. There's a lot of players out there. I mean, tell us some more about the youth program you guys are putting out.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, we obviously have those big time recruiting programs, but the youth is really where it's at, and where our focuses are is with that grassroots and getting more kids playing. So we're out here today with 72 teams, over 30 of them at the middle school and youth level. We even have a group of 6 or 7 third and fourth grade teams who are out there having a blast. So, you know, we know that while the guys who are older and going off to school are getting the headlines now, this young crop of kids are really the ones who are developing and going to be the next wave of players coming out here. So we're excited to see them getting involved, and you know, their game's getting better year in and year out. So it's a lot of fun.
Yeah, and I know that the youth is definitely your focus with some of these younger kids, but the recent grads aren't doing too bad either right now.
No, you know, we just put a little bit of a study out there, and we saw that our numbers have increased, some 2-3-fold over the last 3 or 4 years. 2009, there were about 150, 170 kids playing NCAA ball from the West Coast. In the last 3 years, we've already hit that number up towards 300. So we're excited about that. On that level, we have a lot of all-conference, all-American guys. Of course, you can't forget Peter Baum taking home the Wharton. You know, a guy that learned how to shoot through our West Coast Stars program, learned how to play, but growing up in our training programs, and you know, all the credit in the world to him, working hard on what he did. But we're definitely proud of him, and proud to be able to say that, you know, he came out of what we've started out here.
Yeah, and I mean, it's exciting and impressive to see the level of players that are out there, and especially the first West Coast kid to win Tuarton coming out of your program must be a big deal. It's a huge honor.
It is, and you know, it's an honor to be in the category of people who they mentioned for that award. But for Peter to do what he did from a non-traditional school too, is really impressive. So, like I said, we're super proud of him. You know, he's out here. He ran this camp on this field last summer. He was a day camp counselor, working with young guys, teaching them how to catch and throw. So, another guy who's come through the system, appreciated it, looking to give back every time he has a chance. And like I said, we're real proud of Peter, and look forward to see what he can do next year.
Well, great. Well, thank you so much for joining us. Again, I'm Chris Marshall here with Rory Doucette from Adrenaline Lacrosse. And stay tuned for some more great second half action at LXM Pro 619. right, welcome back to Coronado Island for LXM 619. Got a flurry of goals to finish the half there. Christmas almost bringing Soleil back to within one with an air gate style diving goal. But STX definitely had the upper hand early in that quarter.
It's kind of like a game of runs, Chris, so far. You could see that Soleil got off to a pretty good start, got a little bit of a lead, and then STX went on a big run, extended the lead, I think, it was at 4 goals at one point, and then, you know, Soleil chipped away and got back into it. 2 goals, expecting a really good half this time.
Here comes DeFelice with the shot in the
wow.
goal. And just like that, back on the roll.
You know, it's bad enough that the guys win in face-offs as well as he does, but for him to generate a goal for himself out of it, great location. That's where you teach the kids to shoot off hip. Alex Hewitt's a lefty. He put that right off his right hip on the run, no less, coming out of the Fogo stick. You got to love those kinds of goals if you're Team STX.
Absolutely, and he's 9 for 10 right now. So going out there and earning his money.
Man, I would say picking up right where he left off, but that might even be better than he was doing in the last game.
I mean, he was about 75% last time, and now he's 10 for 11.
10 for 11.
And they brought a guy in, a specialist. There's a great look inside, and almost a spectacular goal.
We got something here. Oh!
Nice handle by Corp. Corp's got a lane. Thinks about it, comes across. There's the shot. That one just off the mark. That one from Oreskovic.
Nice wind up by JR there. Hid the stick well, got everything put into it, and just missed wide. Here comes Christmas.
And I'd love to see McCarthy take a rip from outside.
Look at the change of direction, Chris. Oh!
And that's chalk that one up to positioning because Russell was just in the right place because he never saw that one.
He's hurting. He took that one right in the midsection. Could have been a cup shot. I hope he's wearing one.
He'd be crazy not to, but goalies are not always famous for being sane.
That's save number 8 for Russell, and you're right. He got his money's worth on that one.
And I mean, we've seen some of these guys. I mean, we're out there with the gun yesterday. You see Sean Lindsay going out there taking 97, 98 with his offhand. I mean, they can rip those BTBs.
I tell you what, there was a great competition between Graham Gill and Sean Lindsay. They were going strong hand, off, weak hand. They each shot 102 with their strong hands, and Graham Gill shot 98 with his off right hand, and Lindsay shot 97 with his off left hand. Unbelievable competition. You gotta believe they're teammates out here, but last night they were definitely enemies.
Yeah, and I mean, that's what you see out of athletes of this caliber. I mean, it doesn't matter what they're doing. I mean, they could be playing quarters, and they're going to be getting in each other's faces.
Absolutely.
And here with 13 minutes to go in the third, and there's a great check again by Jamian.
Jamian's been in the Bratton's grill all night.
And that one, I don't think Henry saw that one right off the helmet. That might be in the running for not top 10.
So far, number 1.
And there's Von Kamecki gets by. And nice look inside. That's great ball moving. And off the pipe.
Nice one more pass. Gessner, get out of there. Great look upfield.
And he's through.
He's got a step.
Right by Kazmaier. Looks cross, finds Christmas. Christmas with the low-to-low rip. Fantastic shot.
I'll tell you, if we see the replay on this, Chris, it's such a subtle play, but a brilliant play by John Christmas. Stepping upfield on this dodge to get a better angle, shoots around his defenseman. He did everything right on that play, and I think he might have even put it off the pipe. So you've got great dodge, great setup with a screenshot, and then great location. Unbelievable finish by Christmas.
Yeah, and I mean, that's something that's just fundamentally the right thing to do. I mean, you give yourself a little bit better angle, and you put the ball where the goalie's not.
You got it. Looks like Soleil might have one.
And there's Kenyon able to get the ground ball. Looks like somebody's down for Soleil.
If Lou Braun is hurt, the guy they brought in to contest DeFelice, that could be problems for Soleil. Let's see. He looks a little shaky coming off. Not sure what happened.
Yeah, I mean, he's able to walk off under his own power, so you'd have to think that whatever happened isn't too bad. It's probably got a stinger or might have tweaked his ankle a little bit. Maybe cramping up, but I hope he's okay.
Looks like he wants to take a nap.
Yeah, right?
Maybe he's just tired, Chris.
It's always a possibility. And here's Lindsay here with 12:20 to go in the third. Again, just a 2-goal lead for STX. Lindsay inside, great check. Lindsay able to get it back. And another diving check, and there's no hustle. That's plenty of hustle.
Who was that short stick that made that play? That was one heck of a defensive play, Chris. I can't tell. Is this him coming off at the box?
I think
Talk about persistent. Man, he was all over Sean.
I mean, he was beat and had fallen down and was able to get back up. It looks like it might have been Tinsel on the play there.
That's great hustle.
And a little bit of a funny bounce off the turf there for Bradman, able to come up with it, working on Porter. 11:30 to go. Nice look inside. Fantastic goal. That one coming from DeFelice.
Might have been Crum. We saw a little bit of that in the 9-4-9. They've got one heck of a finisher inside. Let's see if that's Crum inside.
Team STX goal!
Definitely Crum on that one.
You know, we saw that again, Chris, last time up in 9-4-9. He's a phenomenal finisher in tight. Catches the ball in traffic and makes good decisions. Gets it out of his stick quickly and usually in the open net.
Yeah, and I mean that's definitely something that they're going to want to do. Get the lead back up to 3. And it looks like they're going to put a pole on here. There's Kenyon, and that's definitely the right call. To try and keep him from going forward, and DeFelice wins it to himself again. Really impressive.
Man, how effective is DeFelice?
Extremely effective. I think is the only way to describe that.
13 of 15. Great defense by Ryder Henry. Does he want that ball or what? Looks like he was eating that guy up.
And there's Candy on the roll. Great play.
Nice little rocker dodge in the open field on a clear out of a long pole. It's impressive.
A nice little flip back to Christmas with the no look.
Giving it up at the right time. Nice play by Brendan.
Muldoon has a one-on-one opportunity, opts to get it to Porter. And Porter had the decided size advantage up to Corp. Corp takes it, spins out, solid defense, defensive positioning. And Corp looking across the field can't quite find Muldoon. The ball's going to go out to STX with 10:31 to go in the third.
Good idea. Pass sailed on him. Looks like he was going to draw some traffic there. It looked like a double team was coming from his backside. And he just sailed that feed a little bit, Chris.
But definitely a good look. Looks like Kazmaier going to bring the ball in for STX. Going to get the sub on. Here, Gessner.
Pretty easy clear from Max Davis. Looks like he's just going to carry it over or flip it to K-Team. Kyle's going to bring it over. Padding his ground ball stats just a little bit there.
Quite possibly. And again, looks like a light show out there because that is a laser. Let's check out the replay.
The classic Kyle Harrison split dodge left to right. And again, stick side. That's, I think, is that 4 goals now for Kyle? It's 4 goals, and I think all 4 have been stick side against a pretty darn good goalie in Hewitt.
Yeah, I mean, Hewitt is...
I don't think Hewitt's given up 4 stick side goals in his career. Kyle's shooting well tonight.
Yeah, I mean, he's feeling it. Definitely feeling it. I mean, everything he's doing is the right thing. I mean, he's making a bunch of no-look passes, and they're just right on the money.
I was asking Kyle last night how come he didn't come down to our end of the field and get on the gun. I wanted to see what he could do, what kind of number he could post. He said 106 is what he's posted.
He just wants to keep it a secret so the guys don't know the scouting report on him.
Nice
as if it's a secret.
Exactly. They ought to know that. If they don't know it by now, they're going to know it after tonight. Nice play by Malcolm Chase there. The new LSM for Team STX came up with it, got through traffic, good stick handling with the long pole. A little too aggressive by Garvey, I think.
Gets the flag. I mean, it's pretty good checks. I mean, he got a lot of back on that one.
They're getting after Max Ritz tonight.
Yeah.
Max should go back to sitting on that wing and sticking 90s on the transition.
Yeah, I mean, he had 3 in 9-4-9.
Exactly. I don't think he wants to carry the ball anymore after this. It's like, guys, go easy on me. Garvey's known for that. He's going to get after you and chop.
Here, 9:30 to go in the third. Back to a 4-goal lead for Team STX.
They're going to do the cut through. Watch the sneak from X here and the backside look. Nope.
There's Bradman with the rip, and that one not as close as he probably like.
You see them that same pattern, but it looked like Soleil was on to him. They kind of held that. They pinched those lower corners, didn't get the sneak.
He's coming across. Here's Harrison looking for Bradman after the stick fake. Finds it in, and there's Worley takes the shot, but Henry able to get a stick on it.
Nice ball movement.
Like Ritz going to bring the ball in here with 9:09 to go in the third.
Oh, Ritz dropped your stick. Here we go. Might have been a decoy play, Chris.
And again to Bradman. Looks inside, and that one Moyer ate up all the way in.
Yeah, they were trying that skip pass to the low guy again. Soleil was on him this time. Onto the plan.
And there's Porter, able to get clear of Bradman. I mean, that shows what kind of an athlete Porter is.
I'm so impressed with his game. You know, he's really the consummate lacrosse player. He's not just an offensive guy, not a defensive guy. He does a lot of things really, really well in the game of lacrosse.
Here's Gill. And Gill again with that big rip. Lefty and righty. Great double. And able to, he takes one in the side, a pretty good one. And Russell able to eat that one up. Moves it to Kazmaier. It's the crossfield pass to Drennan and back into Russell. That's good ball movement out of STX.
Great patience on the clear.
There's Kazmaier coming through. And it looked like he had Bradman early. And you see how big he is. I mean, he just runs right through Christmas. Russell able to flip it over to Kyle Harrison.
Good ride by Soleil. Great patience by STX.
And there's Moyer again able to get his stick on it.
Nice sneaky little pass there by Kyle. That's a tough thing to do, to make a 20-yard sneaky pass with a little flick of the wrist like that. It almost worked for him. Good heads-up play by Brett Moyer.
Looks like Ritz going to bring the ball in with 7.5 minutes to go in the third.
See how angry Brett Moyer still is. Is he going to chop?
Ooh!
Almost tackled him.
Yeah, as Ritz cuts back and again cuts him back. Looking across, takes the shot, and that one just off the mark. Coming across the face of the cage. But definitely probably could have used an extra step upfield.
Good change of direction by Max on that. Got Brett lunging a little bit.
I think Brett got a little greedy after he laid a pretty good hit on Ritz coming across the first time. Here's Bradman. And again, Ajemian out there playing really solid defense.
That's the kind of shot you want to give up. Kind of a high to low from pretty far out. Not too difficult for Alex Hewitt to absorb. Nice defense.
And not set either.
Exactly.
Pretty ambitious pass across. And that one picked off. That one by Ballard. Moving the ball upfield. I mean, Soleil's got to do a better job on the offensive end. Down 4 goals with 6.5 minutes to go in the third. Try and get back on a run.
Yeah, you're right. They gotta clean it up a little bit. I think they're starting to force balls a little bit too much. Plenty of time in this game and plenty of firepower they've got.
Yeah, and especially since Mikey Powell isn't playing. I mean, do you know what's going on with him?
You know, I spoke with Mike earlier in the week about whether or not he's going to make this trip. But Mike, he injured his back in the LXM Pro 949. We called that game together. I don't remember exactly when it might have occurred, but he said he tweaked his back pretty badly. It's not the last time we're going to see him though in LXM Pro.
Yeah, and I mean, with a guy that's a competitor like Mike is, I mean, that's something you don't always know how hurt you are until after the game.
And I tell you, as I told you in the pregame last time, nobody misses that guy more than me. He's my favorite player to watch. He is so exciting. So looking forward to getting him back. Get well, Mike.
Yeah, and here's Porter, who's well down to Muldoon. I mean, I'd like to see some more of McCarthy.
You're not kidding. This guy, it seems like he's a +4 if we were playing hockey. He might be a +5. Every time he's been on the field, he's created. This might be, they got him coming out of the midfield right now. Get the ball up to Witt.
Yeah, I mean, I like him from anywhere within about 12 or 15 yards. Shred corners. I don't know how he kept that in his stick, and there's Muldoon takes the shot. And great hustle after the play by Russell trying to run that down, but Corp able to give the backup here with 5 minutes to go in the third.
You know, you're right. Here comes Witt popping out to the wing. I think he's going to be going against, it might be Bradman.
That's the matchup for Soleil for sure. I mean, he's very quick. With that cut back, look at him. I mean, just shook Bradman off the ball, and Bradman's no slowpoke out there. I mean, I think they need McCarthy to be their creator, the catalyst.
You know, they put Drennan back there now on him. They realize that's the go-to guy.
I mean,
that's a smart play by STX. He's a creator.
Yeah, and he shook the pants off Bradman. I mean, really. I mean, he took 3 steps back before he even got back to where Witt was. Here's Muldoon coming inside. Wants to take the shot, and that one off the stick. One of the defensemen didn't see who it hit. And again, with an ambitious pass coming across the crease, and laying some serious lumber as Drennan loses his footing. Zareskovic inside, finds McCarthy. McCarthy with the big-time rip. That one right into the stick of Russell. Great position from the goalkeeper out of Navy.
Save number 9 for Russell. Not a difficult one, but you know, I think they were kind of playing into the strategy you were talking about a second ago, Chris. Let that guy let one loose.
And there's a nice run. That one just off the mark coming from Crum. That one looked like it might have just tipped the top of the post, but definitely a solid cut coming up from X.
Yeah, he might have been better served staying in the left hand there and coming around the top and just getting rid of it lefty quickly. He decided to roll back, but to your point, great move by him. Sneaking from X, creating an opportunity.
There's a Bratton with the face dodge and then looks off Hewitt and then finishes it with one hand. I mean, that's a fantastic play coming from Bratton. Let's look at the replay.
Great face dodge here against Porter. Comes in deceptively, pops it up high. You can see Hewitt drop his stick. Bratton just dropped it over the top of him. Nice finish.
Yeah, Aaron, just a reminder, the original neon Gym Tan Lax tanks are only available online at gymtanlax.com. Make sure to like the Gym Tan Lax page on Facebook for a chance to win free gear and order your tanks and pennies right through Facebook. That's facebook.com/GymTanLax. And keep your questions and comments coming. We'll be giving away a Commander-in-Chief hat from GTL that's pretty sweet for the best catchphrase, and some Adrenaline MMA shorts, the same one in the Adrenafit spot that we ran at halftime, which is pretty cool. So definitely be on the lookout for that, as well as like our Facebook page. A lot of great stuff out there, including some STX LXM Pro gear. So like and share that picture for your chance to be a part of that raffle.
Guess who won that last face-off, Chris?
You know, I'm going to go out on a limb and say DeFelice.
You are right.
What do I win, Court?
A pair of knockaround sunglasses.
Fantastic. Those are my favorite.
Great save. Kind of a little bit easy for Hewitt there. They might have rushed that one a little bit. Coming down the alley, putting it up top. Nice save.
And that's his 5th of the night. And with just under 3 minutes to go in the third, Team STX holding on to their biggest lead of the game at 5 at 12-7. So gonna go to their catalyst from last game, Brendan Porter.
He's not a secret weapon anymore.
And there's Lindsay shredding. I mean, we saw him in the last game literally tear the net off the cage, and that's another one of those rips, you know, 100 high heat.
He's been doing this for a couple weeks now. This is going to look great at that Go Bandit camera, but I tell you what, Matt got a piece of that one. He knows it. But Lindsay's been really bringing it lately. I've had the pleasure of working on some shaft testing with him and watching that guy shoot on the gun. Insane. It sounds like a hurricane coming out of his stick.
Yeah, and you might have to chalk that one up to his cleats. It's hard to say.
Definitely some influence from the cleats, no doubt. I think it distracted Russell.
And Soleil just can't catch a break on the face-off. You see Gessner just can't come up with the ground ball. And there's again Ritz just getting crushed.
I love Jerry Lamb's V checks, like his hook checks. He got him with a hook check behind and literally almost pulled his arm off. We might see another one coming up right here. Watch this guy on defense, Jerry Lamb from Georgetown. Loves the hook check. Don't get close to him. If I was Nick, I wouldn't get close to Jerry.
Yeah, I mean, there's no shortage of lumber being laid out there. I mean, these guys look like a bunch of lumberjacks. Again, working from X is Ritz. Back up to K18 and over to Bratton.
Good patience by STX. They're subbing right now.
And that one a pretty ambitious shot from about 20.
That was a bullet though, Chris. Holy cow, if we had a gun on that, that was a rip.
And that one's from 2-point territory. I mean, how do you feel about the 2-point shot?
You know, I actually like it. I think it's got. I think it has a place in the game. I'm not sure what levels. I mean, you got to be pretty accomplished shooter to really take advantage of that. So, you know, probably college, I think could benefit from that, and I think it would keep. You know, it certainly would bring some parity to the game because I think it would keep some of the lesser-known teams, some of the, you know, maybe inferior rosters, skill-wise. If they had a couple big guns, they could be in games.
And there's another huge rip coming from Shamel Bratton. I mean, you see him shake off the defender and then take that low to high lefty, and that one had some serious heat on it.
Yeah, they look like a lot. These guys are not shy about taking shots that you would figure might be that. Oh, that went through the net, Chris.
That's Kyle Harrison with number 5, tearing the net off the goal literally. I've never seen that in a
Refs,
game.
we're gonna need some string or tape or something. Holy cow!
Unbelievable. That one didn't even tear it off the net. It went directly through the goal.
Is that Kyle's 5th goal, stick side high?
That is unbelievable. I've never seen anything like that.
We might need a TV timeout or a YouTube timeout here to fix that net.
I mean, these are brand new nets. Brand new nets. I saw them string them up this morning. That's spectacular play. 106, maybe 126.
106 on full display right there. Ripping a hole in the net.
And there's a G-Man with the ground ball. Trying to get something going here at the last 45 seconds of the 3rd quarter.
Second face-off won by Team Soleil. Maybe they can build on this. They've got to get something going, down by 5 here with about a half minute to go.
And I mean, it's tough to come back from a goal like that. I mean, you know all these guys are fans of the game, and to see something like that is pretty spectacular.
As spectacular as it is for Team STX, it's pretty demoralizing for Soleil, no question.
And here, 22.9 seconds to go. Corp going to bring the ball in for Soleil. And still matching their largest lead of the game is Team STX with 5 at 13-8. And it'll be nice for Soleil to try and get a goal here to try and steal a little momentum back. And then fighting through the double is Corp. Someone's got to be open. Look inside for Christmas, can't quite come up with it. Last 11 seconds. Muldoon able to run that one down. But Kazmaier laying some lumber, and he's a big boy. I mean, you don't want to get in a pushing match with him. The last 2 seconds, and he's not going to be able to get the shot off.
Great job by STX to keep the ball on the ground. Those defensemen just chopping away. Nice job to end the quarter, staying up 5.
Yeah, and just a reminder that you're watching the Lacrosse Network here from Coronado Island for LXM Pro 619. And let's go to the replay here from Kyle Harrison.
This is a special goal. I mean, he put that stick side high in the corner. Might have been a little bit lower than the corner. But man, you're putting that through the seam? That's where it's most reinforced, Chris. That's some heat.
Yeah, and then you see the fans here. It's pretty amazing to see the number of kids there are out here. I mean, these guys have been here all day. I mean, the game started at 7 o'clock this morning, and I see a lot of the same faces from when I got here at 10. And it's really impressive to see the kind of following that's out there for the youth, especially. It's exciting for West Coast Lacrosse.
This generates a lot of excitement out here, no question about it. I hope they get as excited about that last goal by Kyle Harrison as we do. They're seeing some special stuff. You don't see that every day.
Yeah, I mean, the only time I've ever seen anything kind of like that was the shoot-around before LXM 949. These guys brought out a practice goal and had a shooting line and literally tore the net off the goal. But I mean, that's 20 guys ripping as hard as they can for 15 minutes to do that. I mean, none of them did it on the one shot.
Impressive.
And this is I want to say about where we were going into the 4th quarter in Orange County.
It might have been 4 goals, 5. It was close, but I know that STX had the game pretty much in hand. So let's see if we get a similar effort out of Soleil to dig deep and claw back and make it interesting at the end.
I mean, when you've got Corp and Christmas down there, they can score quickly. And that's all you really need. I mean, you if you're able to neutralize DeFelice at all, and then get some of those balls, at least from your wing play, if you can stop him from winning it to himself, I mean, you've got a shot.
There's a ton of firepower on that roster. They've got. It looks like they got a little bit of a change at attack. They're bringing Sean Lindsay down in the volts in your cleats to run with Christmas and I think JR.
I think they want to see that kind of Max Ritz big time rip from the corner. I mean, we know he's got it. And, I mean, I'd love to see McCarthy running some more midi, and here he comes.
Yep. Witt coming out of the box, as you said. They got a matchup here with I think Shamel Brad. Or it looks like Ramel.
Yeah, that's Ramel there, and able to get the pick from Porter. Comes inside, draws the double over to Oreskovich. Looking for Lindsay. Lindsay with a good stick, able to pull that one in. Gets the double from Kelly.
Great time to double. Great time to double. Even better stick protection and stick handling by Sean Lindsay to hold on to that one.
And there's McCarthy working on Davis. I mean, they're just mixing up whoever they can get out there on them that think they can guard him. Here comes Porter.
Might be time for this guy to step up, huh?
And there he is, finds Christmas. Christmas coming around. This shot just
Heads
a little
up.
high.
Heads up.
That one almost drilled whoever's over there.
Is that guy looking?
You know what? It did hit him.
Yeah.
The little cameraman needs to get a little further behind the cage there. I mean, that one had some heat on it.
You might want to stand behind the net, sir.
There's Oreskovich, cuts back Kazmaier, and there's Russell out and throws the BTB. I'm not sure he knew exactly where he was when he got that one, but a solid effort trying to get something off.
Had the goalie stuck out, tried a little, might have been a little around the world on the corner.
Yeah, but aggressive play out of Russell. I mean, that's gonna be a great shot on the Go Bandit camera.
He's been incredibly active outside of the goal tonight, Chris.
Yeah, and I mean that's what makes him as good as he is. It's the intangibles. I mean, you see him out there just hustling, great split, and an even better trail check coming through.
Is that Max?
I think it was Max Davis. Looking for Kazmaier.
Might have been out of bounds back there.
But just the way he quarterbacks the defense through talking, and then all of his hustle plays on the backups. Here's Kelly coming across. I thought he had an angle there on that one. Might have been able to take the shot himself, but opts to find Ritz, who's trying to find Worley, but can't quite make it happen. Ball's going to go back to Soleil.
Really nice ball movement, just couldn't capitalize on that last one, couldn't connect.
And Soleil's got to start doing something quickly with just 13 minutes to go in the game.
Great look by Hewitt. 50 yards upfield, right to Brandon Corp. Great look.
And I mean, Corp heads up play to go up there and get it. And there's Muldoon with the cross crease pass, able to fight inside. And great help defense.
Good patience by Muldoon there.
Here's Lindsay rolling in.
Oh, boy. We need some stickum in those gloves, Sean.
Yeah, that was more like an estate sale.
I tell you, that's a heck of a play by Bollert there, just to back check him on the turn.
And then Muldoon breaking his stick on the check. And there's Hewitt, got a piece of that one. Max Ritz with the worm burner.
Two great defensive series back-to-back by Team STX, and able to capitalize on the goal, on a goal on the other end of the field. That one really stings.
And I mean, he had it. It took a little bit of a funny bounce. It looked like it might have caught the side of his stick, and that's the largest lead in the game. It's 6 goals for STX.
You know, and that's Max's. That's kind of his wheelhouse there. He's usually the guy that's the finisher. He's the last guy to touch the ball. It's good to see it, and he's not surprised. He's a reliable shooter. So, 6-goal lead right now.
It looks like Max Davis coming down to play some close D. Interesting call, but I mean you're up 6. I mean it looks like Coach Dante wants to mix it up a little bit.
Talk about versatility.
Yeah, right.
Wow.
We saw Porter do it last game and actually score with
That's
his
right.
goal.
That's right.
Maybe not so crazy.
Let's see what he's got. He's D'ing up. It looks like he's D'ing up Sean Lindsay. Got Chaz Gessner coming out of the box. Got something.
Nice fake. Able to sneak by it. I don't know how he got in front of that one, and there's the answer. He didn't. But it looked like he got a whole lot of stick on it, and they want that one back. Let's see if we can take another look at that.
I'll tell you, Chris, that looked like a designed play out of the box. Just come on, make a little pump fake, and then go right to the rack.
It looked like it was in his stick, and then he lost it. And I can't tell if that ever crossed the line. I mean, that's the second one we've seen tonight that is a maybe.
Yeah, you're right on that. I tell you, it did look like Russell got a piece of it, and I think as he brought his stick down, it might have snuck underneath him and behind him. And then he trapped it inside the goal, and I think that's when they made the call that it was a good goal.
Yeah, I mean, that's like one of those hockey goals. You know, the ones that just kind of
right.
sneaks by the pads.
It looked like a hockey goal. You're right.
I mean, that's gonna be a really cool shot from the helmet cam. Again, Russell wearing one of those Go Bandit cameras. Actually, had a couple guys come out from Munich to help us set these up. So pretty excited to have them around. Able to share some beers last night and over the bay and see some of the fireworks after the Padres game. So definitely trying to show those guys a good time and get some fantastic footage from those Go Bandit cameras.
Big save by Hewitt. Would have loved to see the Go Bandit view of that one.
There's up to Porter, again with just over 11 minutes to go. Still plenty of time, but no easy task with 5 goals. Porter comes in, takes the shot.
Put him on your back, Porter. I'm giving him the green light. After last game, I'm giving that guy the green light.
And again, here's Whit McCarthy coming in, and there's Lindsay again with the goal, and he's hitting nothing but top cheese.
Great look by JR. Coming off the end line, drives to his left, head up. Ooh, might have gotten away with a little ward there. Sean Lindsay with a great finish. You know, you don't always have to cut to the ball. Sean Lindsay did a great job right there, stepping back away to space. Found a slight opening, caught it and finished. Great job, big goal.
Yeah, and there's no question when Sean Lindsay's that close in. I mean, that's going to the goal. You'd have to make some sort of circus save to get in front of that. And DeFelice again comes up with it. Looked like Kenyon had the line on it.
I like the game J.R. Oreskovich is having. That's I believe his 3rd assist of the evening. He's been making plays tonight.
Yeah, and I mean that was a no-look pass. I mean, it's a great look.
Despite the fact that they're down 4 goals, I think Soleil's happy to have him back on the roster.
Absolutely. And let's see if K-18 can make it 6, and that one off the outside of the goal. But that was a fantastic effort, the way he was able to get that one off, trailing away, kind of a Rusty Gate shot almost.
Those are great ground balls for Team STX. To win that ground ball on the rebound back, that's tough.
And that one had some.
Is that Ritz? Lefty Ritz?
Lefty rip, and that one just missed.
Max is he's hungry tonight. He wants some goals.
And I don't even know how that one got in, but here's the goal from Crum.
That might be kind of a Crum-like goal. You get it in, it touches his stick, it's going in the net. Let's take a look. Right-handed. Oh, it's a shovel.
Wow. That's got to be in the mix for goal of the night. I mean, I'm not sure it can knock off the net ripper, but
you can tell how comfortable Chris he is in front of the goal to catch that ball right-handed. Literally face dodge a guy that's not even covering him or not even looking at him, and then shovel it in backhand. That's pretty.
And STX coming right back out and answering the 2-goal run by Soleil. And finally able to
yes, Lou Braun. Lou with the win. And drawing the penalty. I think he got run up his back. Let's see what Christmas could do. Oh, man.
Christmas has been doing that for years, and that's the hat trick for Christmas. Able to get right by his guy. That first step is so quick, and as soon as he's by, you are toasted.
You're absolutely right, Chris. He just has so much speed. We talked about it earlier. That guy's going 100%, a million miles an hour. He's not jogging when he's going to the rack. He is flying.
Yeah, you know, I'd love to see one of the Go Bandits on him as well, just to see how fast he's going.
Think we can get that done in the last 10 minutes? You want to try to get one on his?
I'll run down there and take care of that for you, Cor.
No, you're absolutely right. That would be cool to watch.
Because, I mean, he has to have just about the best first step at anybody out there, and these guys aren't slow. And there's DeFelice winning it to himself. Here with 9:50 to go.
Jamian getting after him.
And, I mean, those are good checks. He's all over his stick.
Yeah, good handle by Ben. Good handle by DeFelice. Maintaining possession. Critical possession now, under 10 minutes to go, up 4.
There's Davis switching back to the shorty. Gets it up to Harrison. And you have to think Harrison is thinking about number 6 right now.
Sock trick, double hat. I wouldn't be surprised. The way he's shooting tonight, I would not be surprised, Chris, if he was able to pull off another goal, maybe a couple more. He's shooting incredibly well.
MBK coming around the corner, good effort. Probably could have taken that a little earlier, didn't give himself a whole lot of angle, but still a solid effort. 9:23 to go in the game, still just a 4-goal lead. I mean, this game is far from over. Plenty of time still left on the clock for Soleil.
It's definitely a feeling that STX is in the driver's seat, but you're right. There's plenty of time. If they can get a couple breaks, Soleil that is, get the ball down into some of their sharpshooters, they might be able to get back into this thing.
I mean, the thing that's scary about Soleil is basically all of their goals have been just quick shot goals. I mean, they're not nearly as good out of the settled offense.
Yeah, they're not generating much in the settled. You're right.
But they can score. I mean, Christmas almost got one with 4.5 seconds to go in the half, coming from X. So I mean, they can score extremely quickly.
Nice save by Hewitt. Catch that one off the shoulder, maybe.
Yeah, I mean, Hewitt getting big at the right time right here. It was just under 9 minutes to go in the game. Still just a 4-goal lead. There's Worley coming around the corner. Pretty ambitious shot. Great matching feet there from Lamb. Not giving him an inch. Here's MBK. And MBK going to X, working on Porter. There's a shot, and there's number 6 for Kyle Harrison. Nothing you can do about that from that close up. I mean, what he's doing tonight is special.
He is on fire. Little split, looks like a face dodge. Stays in his right hand. You can see the deception in that shot. Again, Hewitt dropped all the way down low, and it almost looked like Kyle chose just above his shoulders to stick that one. Probably it looked like in the meat of the net. Something he did deceived Hewitt for sure. 6 goals out of this guy. Man, did he want to win this or what?
Absolutely, and then there's Braun doing everything he can to try and keep DeFelice from winning the faceoff. I mean, that's almost a better situation for them because they can't go right into the fast break. And again, something to mention is Worley is actually a Coronado High School grad, so coming home for the LXM Pro game. So definitely nice to see him back around. Always nice to see a local product out there excelling.
I'll tell you, Chris, that's what this game is all about, is giving back, and it's great to see. You know, it's almost like they're being rewarded. In a professional showcase like this, holy wow.
Whoa.
Which Bratton brother? That looks like Chamel, right?
Yeah, that's definitely.
That had some velocity. Wow.
I mean, just look at it. And it was by him before he even saw it. It's like that goal that he scored in 9-4-9, where he just gets the ball, takes a step, and really gets his back into it, and that pushes the lead back to 6. I mean, if they score another goal, I mean, it's going to be really tough for Soleil to get back in.
You know that ball's moving, and that's coming right at Alex's eyes.
Yeah.
And he's sticking it right in the top center of that. Wow.
Yeah, I mean, Hewitt's a good goalie. He's been playing well. Looks like Max Davis winning the face-off.
Gosh, I wish I could have gotten Chamel Bratton on the gun last night.
I mean, the way these guys are shooting, they're all tipping
That's
triple digits.
Triple digits, no doubt.
7 minutes and 30 seconds to go in the game. 6-goal lead for STX. And really doing everything right here tonight. It's like Worley moving from X. Takes a shot, and that one just over. Again, another one of those shots, kind of diving across the front of the cage there for Worley. Again, the Vermont product. Looks like Max Ritz wants a go.
You got a matchup here against a shorty, but you know, that to me is not the matchup. Brendan Porter is a great two-way player. Let's see what we can do here.
Yeah, and then able to get by him. Looked like he might have been beat there. And Max wants to go to that low-to-low that he scored earlier. And hustle play there coming from Hewitt, able to back that one up, and that's what they need out of him.
Good help by the young long stick midi Kenyon from Towson, who's going to get the ball in the clear here from Alex Hewitt. Nice help there for Brendan Porter, generating a turnover. Well, generating a shot that led to basically a turnover. Some good hustle.
Here's Gill bringing it across. Back up to Porter. 6 minutes and 36 seconds to go.
They need some offense, huh, Chris?
Absolutely. I'm still surprised we haven't seen more of Whit McCarthy. I mean, he was making stuff happen.
No doubt. He was creating big-time playmaking.
It looks like they've got him ready to come in through the midfield. There's Corp doing work and taking the shot in the goal. Unbelievable goal. Just kind of a flick of the wrist, and that's a hat trick for him. And there's no shortage of scoring power coming from Team Soleil.
Unbelievable. And I tell you, that wasn't bad defense from Ballard. That wasn't bad defense at all. He's D'ing him up, and he gave a little, I think he just snapped it around him. A real deceptive shot. It's hard to react to that. Matt Russell was on it, and he still got it by him off hip. I mean, throw the location into that shot as well. Unbelievable play by Brandon Corp. Unbelievable.
Yeah, and I mean, you need to point out the kind of game that Russell's having. I mean, he's getting a stick on everything.
Yeah, he's doing it inside the cage and out of the goal, too.
Looks like the ball, and is DeFelice going to come up with this one again? And finally, Soleil able to come up with
we got something here. We got something. If Brendan pushes it, we got numbers, 4v3. Looks like a little flat break. Oh.
An unbelievable stick from Corp. I mean, able to get that one low and then get the shot off right away.
He pulled the string, a little backdoor cut underneath, right in front of Skacandy, looking downfield, tried to jam it into him, and he almost pulled that goal off.
And there's Muldoon with the backup stick after breaking his shaft on the last ride he was
getting after it on the ride, no doubt.
And here comes Gill, another one of those big shooters.
He's been relatively quiet tonight. Ooh, and you know he wants to score on his former teammate. Getting after the ground ball. Nice hustle by STX. I think they got the generated the turnover. Is that Tinnell again?
Yeah.
I think it is Nick. Good hustle on the ground ball.
And here, 5 minutes and 30 seconds to go. Still a 5-goal lead. But it could have been 4 just then, and that would have been 2 goals in a relatively short amount of time, less than a minute. So definitely still some
a
life.
Shot, no doubt. They can still get back in. You said it earlier. These guys have the firepower. They can score quickly and in bunches. They got to get the ball though, Chris.
Absolutely. I mean that's the real advantage to having DeFelice out there. I mean he's controlling the face offense.
I wouldn't be surprised if we saw Soleil extend a little bit on defense. They're going to need to get out and challenge these guys and try to get the ball back.
5 minutes to go in the game. There's Bratman up to Ritz taking a run through the midfield. I think they like that matchup.
We just saw this matchup. Let's see what he's got.
Inside, losing his footing again. I mean, the turf gremlins really getting the best of Max Ritz tonight.
Probably the best thing that could have happened for Soleil there. Ritz going in, driving hard, starting to lose his balance, and he kind of threw it into Hewitt's stick. It's basically a turnover.
That's a real heads-up timeout call from the Soleil sideline.
Could not agree with you more. They were about to lose that ball.
And it looks like Ritz is probably going to need one now too. I mean, that's some of the something you work with out here. Sometimes turf will just grab you and it won't let go.
It pulled him right down to the ground, and like I said, it created a turnover for Soleil. They needed it, and great timeout to maintain possession.
And again, thank you for all your questions and comments. Please keep them coming, and we'll be announcing the winners on Monday in a video. So definitely stay tuned for that. Go to our Facebook page, check out the pictures of the stuff we're giving away, including the STX LXM Pro glove, which you can't buy, so you can only get that through our Facebook page. So definitely like and share that picture for your chance to win those. And the original neon Jim Tan Lax tanks are only available at jimtanlax.com. Make sure to like the Jim Tan Lax page on Facebook for your chance to win free gear and even order your tanks and pennies right through Facebook. That's facebook.com/Jim Tan Lax. And forget racks on racks. All you need in your life is Lax on Lax on Lax. Order your Lax on Lax on Lax tanks, tees, and snapbacks at laxonlaxonlax.com. And also, be sure to check out Go Bandits. I mean, they're really cool cameras, pretty revolutionary. And I mean, they've got all the same kind of stuff that you have in your iPhone that tell you exactly how fast you're going and where you are. So I mean, it's really kind of a revolutionary thing that they're able to do. The only camera that's doing it right now. Look for the goalie footage, as well as you got Moyer and Worley out there, and Sean Lindsay, who's having himself a pretty good game. Another Rusty Gate out there checked, but definitely check out Go Bandits. 4.5 minutes to go.
Here's our guy.
Takes the shot.
Whit McCarthy coming around top side, and that's actually a pretty good shot. Got about 2 or 3 yards above GLE and threw a little sidearm elevator at him. Just missed wide.
And you can see when he shoots the ball, he uses his whole body. I mean, he got a lot on that one. Here's Corp with the rip, and Corp putting the team on his back, though.
That's a big goal.
And that's number 4 for him.
Big goal by Corp. Nice look by Sean Lindsay, splitting like through the defense, skipping it through, and a great elevator. Off stick high on Russell. Really nice goal.
You know, I can't wait to see the Go Bandit footage from not only Russell on that one, but the camera that's on the goal. I mean, that's going to be really great stuff. I mean, that's coming right at it.
Absolutely, yeah, it is coming right at it. If you look at where that camera's positioned, it's going to be coming right at it.
And that's exactly what Soleil needs. I mean,
huge goal.
They got to rely on their players. I mean, if they can win the face-off here.
Well, they put one of their best long poles up there to defend it, Tom Garvey.
Still.
And he's after him. He's going after DeFelice big time. Oh, he's got him on the ground. Smart play.
Able to get it to Tintle. Here, just under 4 minutes to go in the game. And the Soleil goals are coming so quickly. It's pretty amazing. And there's Moyer just letting know Maxie's there.
Little gratuitous slap on the low back, no big deal.
And there's a great poke check as Moyer is able to get it. And here comes Jimmy and right into the fast break. This is where they are so dangerous. Jimmy cuts through back to Porter. Porter with
finds
the rip.
the trailer. Wow, I don't think Russell saw that one.
I honestly didn't see it. I mean, that was past the goal and into the back. Here's Christmas, so dangerous. And he's back past his man, takes the shot, and that one just off the outside of the pipe. I know he wishes he had that one back.
Yeah,
that
was
a huge goal.
Great effort by Christmas, trying to try to cut that lead to 3. I tell you, great talk by Russell. You can hear it. I mean, we heard it a little bit on that highlight reel with the Go Bandit last week by TLN. This was you could hear him all the way up here in the press box. He's screaming out there.
And that's a big lift right there on that one. But you see that play, Porter coming back with the hustle play, able to throw that check on Ramel Bratton, keep that ball alive, and I mean you can tell that he's tired. I mean just the way he's walking off the field, but he is selling out. I mean you really love to see that out of these pro guys.
We saw that last week out of him, or a couple weeks ago up at Orange County. He is definitely one of those guys. He's the heart and soul of this team for sure. They got a man up right now.
Yeah, with 2 minutes and 56 seconds, this is a huge possession for Soleil. If they can cut the lead to 3, they'll be in pretty good shape.
I missed the call on that last one, Chris. Was it like a hold or maybe might be 30 seconds. 30 seconds for offside, I think is what I heard over the PA.
And that one off the shin of Drennan. You can tell that he's hurting a little bit. It might be a good time to go right at him. There's Oreskovich inside to Corp.
Oh, nice check.
Looks like Kelly.
Scott Ballard helping out inside.
A nice little lob pass to Davis.
They might have something.
Bradman. Hewitt eats it up, able to get the ground ball, coming around, wants the flag.
Didn't get it though. Thought he was going to get it. Go to the rack, Alex.
Why not? Why not? I'd love to see it. I think it should be worth
Go to the rack.
And nobody's going to him. Pretty surprised about that.
I thought he had an opening. What do you think?
I would have gone for it. And there's Christmas right around the corner. And we've seen him do this a million times. That's number 4 for him, too.
We've seen it quite a bit tonight. Soleil shooters are doing a great job of using their defensemen as screens, and they're just literally wrapping it around them. It's not giving Russell much time to react.
And he's only out 6 yards, maybe. I mean, if you're a kid out there and you want to get better, watch the way these guys shoot coming around the corner, especially if you're an attackman. I mean, it's perfect. I mean, they say you want the high to low, right over the shoulder, or right off the hip. I mean, it's impossibly hard to get in front of. I mean, you just got to get lucky.
Garvey tying up DeFelice. Kenyon with the D-stick job.
And looks like it's going to be a procedure going against STX.
Brian Kelly's not happy about that call. He got caught with his stick a few yards behind him.
And that's a pretty standard Duggan call. I mean, likes to see an exciting game.
got a 3-goal game right now with under 2 minutes to play, about 1:45.
And there's Porter coming off, and not a bad look there. Had a good angle on it. And then if he's taking that jump shot, there's not a whole lot you can do to get in front of it because he's so big and so athletic.
They've got to go, though. We're kind of running out of time here.
Yeah, last 100 seconds here. There's Lindsay, loses his man, takes the BTB. Not a bad shot there, improved his angle.
Soleil holds possession.
Got to keep going, got to keep pressing. I like this guy.
There's Christmas coming across. Working from X. Shaking Brennan up. And there's Lindsay. And that one just over the top of the cage.
Not a ton of angle, but you could see he brought some velocity on that one. Kind of had Russell dipping a little bit. God, how tough is John Christmas to defend? Wow.
And that went off the pipe. Christmas living in Pipe City right there.
Oh, great hustle by Witt. Going right into the VIP section. Great hustle to get that ball back by McCarthy.
And there's Corp coming across. Looks like he's going to get the double, takes the shot. And that's a great lift coming from Baller. I mean, really able to get his stick in there and disrupt that shot.
I tell you, 2 games in a row now, I've been really impressed with Ballard's defense. He had that, again, I said it earlier, he had that matchup on Mike Powell earlier. Now he's got to cover Corp, who's a known goal scorer, doing a great job.
And there's Whit McCarthy trying to unleash that cannon of his.
If he lets one loose like I saw last night on that radar gun, I tell you, it's going to go in the goal. If he puts it on net, it's going to go in the goal.
Last 65 seconds here. And it looks like Team Soleil wants to talk it out. We got another question here about what other sports you think some of these guys would be good at. And I mean, I might as well chime in. I played soccer before I played lacrosse, and that was a great transitional sport for me. But I know some of these other guys are pretty accomplished athletes.
I think lacrosse players are some of the best athletes. I'm a little biased, but there's so much that goes into the skill set of a lacrosse player, of an effective lacrosse player. Hand-eye coordination. It's a team sport, so there has to be selflessness. Let's take a look at a highlight here by John Christmas. I love the way this guy's been going to the goal all night long. He does not take a shift or a dodge off. He goes so hard. Good things are going to happen. You may not score on every play, but he's always trying to generate something. And I tell you, I'd go to that guy in the last 65 seconds here, Chris. I would put it in Christmas's stick to create for others.
Yeah, and I mean, he's got 4 goals and 3 or 4 pipes. I mean, he's half an inch from being an 8-goal guy out there.
Yeah, and getting back to that question about it, there's a lot of carryover. You can see there's a lot of carryover with soccer, as you said, with basketball and some of the sets in the offensive half. I think that lacrosse players would make great athletes in any sport.
Yeah, and I know the Bradman brothers were pretty accomplished football players as well. This Baller able to get that one, and that was a pretty dangerous pass. I mean, he could have got lit up.
Nice clear, way to share the ball.
And there's Ritz just cross-creasing it.
I don't know. This might be it. It doesn't look like Soleil looks like they're kind of running out of gas a little bit.
Yeah, they need a 3-pointer to get back into this game. I mean, really. And I mean, they're just not going to be able to get the ball away.
Not with the sticks. SGX really showed up to play tonight. And I'm not saying Soleil didn't, but you could just tell from the outset these guys wanted back at this team for the Orange County game.
Absolutely, and no shortage of scoring. I mean, we've got 31 goals out there and 17 to 14.
Does that match the output from that? Was it 16-15 in the last game, or it might have been 15-14? Definitely high scoring.
Yeah, and that's just about going to do it. Last 15 seconds here in the game. Some of the fans coming out, but definitely an exciting game. I mean, this one wasn't over until now, really. The last 5 seconds look like they're just going to walk this one out.
I'll tell you what, in 2012, I can't wait for the rubber match for these guys. It's going to be a fun one. 1-1 each. It's going to be fun to watch.
Yeah, and again, thanks for tuning in. Team STX coming away with the victory, 17 to 14. I'm Chris Marshall here with Cord Kim, and you'd have to think that that Kyle Harrison is the official TLN player of the game.
No doubt about it. That guy showed up to play. You know, you could almost sense it. Even last night, there was a chip on his shoulder. He wanted back at this Soleil team from that last game in Orange County. They lost by a goal. As you said earlier, Chris, Soleil really was never really in that game or in control of that game until the very end. When the clock hit 0, they won by 1 goal. And I think Kyle's been chomping at the bit for 2 weeks to get back at these guys, and he showed it tonight. Unbelievable performance.
Well, I mean, and he was just on another level. I mean, as good as the rest of these guys were playing. I mean, Christmas had a great game. Corp had a great game. I mean, Whit McCarthy played well, but with the stuff that Kyle Harrison was doing, he was on another level from everyone else on the field.
Yeah, you know, and they say on a lot of levels, you'll hear in the game of lacrosse, like face-offs and goaltending wins lacrosse games. If you've got some talented players at those 2 positions, Team STX has 2 very good players in those positions, in Matt Russell and Ben DeFelice at the face-off X. But I tell you, you're right. He was on another level tonight. Kyle Harrison really was special tonight.
Yeah, I mean, he's shown why, you know, he's widely considered as one of the best players in the world. I mean, he's doing special things with against special players, and it's fun to watch.
Yeah, no doubt. He's not out here against slouches. I mean, this Soleil team is stacked top to bottom, and you know, Kyle looked almost like a man among boys tonight.
Yeah, and then you see all these guys after the game. I mean, there's nothing but love. I mean, it's high fives and hugs, and it's fun to see these guys go out there and sell out, and you know, play tough lacrosse, throw big checks, and then be able to, you know, sit down and have dinner and talk about the game after. So I mean, it's fun to see those kind of guys, and that's something we always like to talk about. I mean, these LXM Pro guys aren't just you know, role models because they're good players. I mean, they're all good guys. Fun to be around.
No doubt. And a ton of mutual respect through both teams out here. What I love to see is, despite the fact that they're good guys, when they strap it on and and buckle up those chin straps, they get after it. They're competitors first and foremost, and they want nothing more than to put on a great show for lacrosse and a great showcase. What better venue than Coronado Island, just off of San Diego, the city of San Diego, to showcase the best lacrosse in the world? It's fantastic.
Yeah, and definitely thanks to everyone for tuning in. Thanks for commenting, questioning. We love your feedback. We're always happy to hear from you. And go to our Facebook page to like and share the photos for your chance to win some great gear, as well as be on the lookout Monday for the winners of the raffle, not only here, but the winners of the questions as well as catchphrase contest. So be on the lookout for that video. And again, thanks for tuning in to the Lacrosse Network for LXM Pro 619, the 3-goal victory for Team STX. I'm Chris Marshall here with Court Kim, and we'll see you next time.